Hi guys, PJ here. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Nextbase 112 dashcam. Bit of a fitters review. I do this thing for large fleet companies, so I'm doing them day in, day out, all different models and everything electrical basically. So sort of give my opinion on the products as I get them. Now the 112 is pretty much the baby of the group, yeah? So it's the entry level camera. It's got some pretty good features, as you can see on the box here. It's got a nice window screen mount there. You've got a 120-degree wide-angle camera, so obviously it will cover both corners of your bonnet nicely. It's got a parking mode, which I'll talk about in a moment, and it works on cars or lorries, 12 or 24 volt. Also can watch your recordings through a media player on a computer, so if you have the Nextbase memory card, it comes with an adapter look, so you can plug it into your computer and view your recordings there. And as it says here, you can get an insurance discount sometimes. Now that does depend on your insurer and you'd have to ask. Okay, the main feature of this thing that I want to start with is this, the 720p HD. And in a way, this is a bit where the cost cutting is, because this is the cheaper camera. Okay, this one's quite a cheap camera. If you check Amazon or wherever, you'll find this pretty cheap. 720p, in my experience, like I said, I've fitted hundreds of them, is very good for daytime. At night time, if you try and zoom a number plate in, yeah, it can be a bit grainy, a bit fuzzy, and that's where its weakness is. That's where the cost cutting comes in on this camera, this 720p part. So it's pretty good. It's nice and clear in the day. At night though, a bit speckly, not so good. So have a look in the box, see what you get with the camera. Okay, so when we open the lid up, we're greeted with your normal bits and bobs here, quick start guides, etc. Camera's nicely packaged, so if you've ordered it and it's been couriered, it shouldn't be damaged in transit. It's quite sort of sponge and everything in the bottom there. We've got the bag there with the camera itself in and the cover to the mount at the top. Underneath this, we have a suction mount. Now the suction mount is in a way another cutback compared to, say, the 312 or 322 camera, should I say. Basically, the 322 and above come with an adhesive mount and a suction mount. If your car has like a black textured grain at the top of the window screen behind the rear view mirror, the suction mounts don't stick to it, they just fall off. Yeah, so you need just normal glass to be able to stick this to it. If you've got the sticky pad one, that will stick to the textured grain, no problem at all. So little cutback, it's only minor, but thought I'd point it out all the same. You've got a power socket there, look, so you can put your power lead onto your mount and then just remove the camera by sliding it off this mount independently. Should you be parking in a slightly iffy area sort of thing, you could hide it out of the way and still leave the power lead and the mount on the windscreen, should you wish. Right, we have a USB cable here for updating your camera and transferring your videos and pictures to your computer. The cameras are updatable. You go on the Nextbase website and you can update the firmware on them to keep them up to date, which is a very good thing to do because they do improve them very often. Actually, the updates are quite frequent, so at least check it 2 or 3 times a year. You have a power cable here that plugs into your cigarette lighter. USB mini on the end there, little filter on it. I won't be using that one in this particular car. Basically, I'm hardwiring it into the fuse box of the car. Now, regarding that, I have videos for, I would say, 95% of UK European cars on how to hardwire dash cams into cars. Do a quick search on my channel. You should be able to find a pretty detailed guide on how to do that for your Pacific model. This is more of an overview of the camera itself. So let's unpack the camera and everything, and I'm going to get it sort of wide in and we'll have a quick look at it. Get a protective film with some information on it there over the lens. We also have a cover on the front lens to take off. Don't leave that on or all your recordings will have a nice blue tinge to them. Just peel that off out of the way. And then there's the cover for the power connections. Slides off like so. Put that safe. And there you see, that's how it mounts onto the bracket. So in other words, like I was saying, you can slide it, yeah, on like so, and slide it off if you park in a dubious area. Okay guys, so I've got this wide enough now just to show you the basics on it. First things first, you'll notice a battery indicator in the bottom left hand corner. You're meant to give these things a couple of hours like charge time before you engage any kind of parking mode or do any settings, yeah? So unlike its sort of bigger brothers, if you like, this one will need the date and time manually setting. It doesn't pick it up via satellite, which is something that like the 312 and above does do, or 322 as it is this year. So you've got to manually put the time and date in. Don't do it straight away though if you bought this product, because the battery's completely flat. it'll forget the minute you turn the ignition off. Give it a couple of hours of constant driving to charge that battery up. Likewise, highly recommend you do not engage parking mode straight away, because it can actually memory the internal battery and sort of knacker them up, so you'll be taking it back for a refund because it's not working properly. So as you can see, we have a little dot that will flash on and off when the memory card's in. The memory card just shoves in the side there, and it'll record quite well. So the image is pretty good. Yeah, 720p, it's not bad at all. Like I say, it does the job type one. So the image there that you can see, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm on a mobile phone here trying to record you this image. It's a bit clearer in reality. Basic functions though, record, you got mic on and off, you can do things like that. And of course, if we can go settings, there you go, you've got your resolution. 720p is the highest there, of course we can go. We go back. And then we've got your exposure. Wouldn't recommend messing around with that one. They are set for sort of UK, European. They're sold globally, so obviously if it was in Iceland and it was bright white everywhere, you'd probably change the exposure. Audio recording on and off. It's handy, you know, if you don't record everything that you say. Number plate, license plate of vehicle. Press memory twice. There we go. Format the SD card if you've got a brand new one. Set your time and date, language, and screensaver. Highly recommend you turn screensaver on. Screensaver will make the screen go blank, so it's not distracting you while you're driving along, which is obviously the idea. It's sort of a fit and forget type thing. But yeah, you know, that's it, guys. I mean, if you want to take it off, look, it's as simple as that. Just take it off the mount. Sorry, a bit fuzzy there. I can't get it to focus very well. Just on. There we go. Slide on and off, nice and easy. Powers back up again. Jobs are good, and I think they're a good value for money. They're a Billy Basic camera. They do the job, you know, no fuss. But as for features, yeah, obviously a bit lacking, bit cut down. So give it a thought. 1080p is my recommended resolution for a camera. This is a 720p. That's probably its biggest downside. Parking mode on any of these cameras lasts for about 2 hours on the internal battery. Any more than that, and you know, it's going to be flat as a pancake. It's not going to work. So don't buy it thinking it's going to be a good surveillance camera, because it, you know, it isn't. Basically, it's just a dash cam, not a surveillance camera. But there you go. That's everything that the camera has. USB port there as well for connecting to your computer. Hope this was useful, guys, but I'll wrap it up at that. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you again next time with another installation guide or another review on an item. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.